Good day, learners, and welcome to today's session. In this section, we are going to explore the essential qualities that define an effective team leader. As production supervisors, we are not only responsible for achieving targets, we are also responsible for guiding, motivating, influencing, and supporting our teams. Team leadership is not a title, it is instead a behavior and a daily practice. Throughout this topic and session, I want you to think about your own strengths as well as the areas you may still need to improve. These qualities help us build trust, communicate effectively, solve problems, and create a productive working environment. And now we are taking a look at the qualities of a team leader. 1. Communication. 2. Organization. 3. Confidence. 4. Respect and fairness. 5. Integrity. 6. Influence. 8. Delegation. 9. Facilitation. And 10. Negotiation. Up next, we'll be taking a look at communication. Now, when it comes to communication, it is important to remember that communication is the foundation of leadership. As supervisors, we communicate throughout the entire shift, giving instructions, providing updates, reporting problems, correcting behavior, resolving conflict, and motivating the team. Good communication is not only about speaking clearly, it also involves listening, asking questions, checking for understanding, and making sure information flows smoothly in both directions. When we communicate well, our teams feel informed, respected, and confident. Poor communication, on the other hand, creates confusion, delays, mistakes, and frustration. So as leaders, our communication style influences the overall atmosphere of the production environment. We must speak clearly, listen attentively, and ensure body language matches our words. Now we are talking about organization. Organization is another essential leadership quality. As supervisors, our work involves managing people, tasks, schedules, and production targets. When we are organized, shifts run effectively and efficiently, and teams are able to perform at their best. Organization includes planning ahead, managing documents, ensuring materials and equipment are available, and keeping track of priorities. Being organized also reduces stress. When we structure our work, we waste less time, avoiding unnecessary confusion and respond more effectively to unexpected challenges. A well-organized supervisor sets the tone for the rest of the team. And now we're taking a look at confidence. Confidence is the ability to lead decisively and calmly. Team members look to us for direction, reassurance, and clarity. When we display confidence, even when facing challenges, we help the team stay focused and motivated. Confidence does not mean acting as if you know everything. It means trusting your skills, making informed decisions, and being willing to take responsibility of your actions. A confident leader also encourages team members to trust themselves and take initiative. Up next, we'll be taking a look at respect and fairness. Respect and fairness are the heart of team leadership. Every team member deserves to be treated with dignity. When we treat employees fairly, we create a culture of trust and cooperation. Fairness means applying rules consistently, avoiding favoritism, and basing decisions on facts rather than emotions. It also means valuing diverse perspectives, listening without judgment, and recognizing each other's contribution. A respectful team is a productive team. When people feel valued, they communicate more openly, support one another, and take pride in their work. Let's move on to integrity. Now, integrity means doing the right thing at all times, even when no one is watching. As supervisors, we set the standard for ethical behavior. The team follows our example, so integrity includes honesty, accountability, and transparency. When leaders act with integrity, they earn trust quickly and maintain it through consistent behavior. Integrity also helps supervisors make their decisions and fair decisions, maintain professionalism, and handle conflicts responsibly. So now we are taking a look at influence and delegation. Influence refers to the ability to guide others positively. Effective supervisors do not only rely on formal authority. Instead, they inspire cooperation by building relationships, modeling professionalism, and demonstrating competence. Influence helps create buy-in when implementing new processes, solving problems, and encouraging improvements. Strong leaders influence behavior through example rather than force. Influence is earned, not demanded. And now we are moving on to delegation. Delegation is the ability to assign tasks effectively. A supervisor cannot and should not do everything alone. Delegation allows team members to grow, learn, and develop confidently in their abilities. Effective delegation includes choosing the right person for the task, explaining expectations clearly, allowing space for the person to perform the task and provide support when necessary. Delegation builds teamwork and ensures smoother operations. Facilitation and negotiation. Facilitation is the skill of guiding discussions, problem-solving sessions, and team interactions. Supervisors often act as facilitators during briefings, meetings, quality discussions, or conflict resolutions. Good facilitation ensures everyone has a chance to contribute and that discussions remain productive and goal-focused. We are now moving to negotiation. Negotiation forms part of daily supervisory work. We negotiate workloads, deadlines, resource access, shift adjustments, and solutions to workplace issues. Good negotiation requires listening, understanding all perspectives, and finding outcomes that serve both the team and the organization. Negotiation helps maintain fairness, build cooperation, and prevent unnecessary conflict. Now that we clearly understand the qualities that make an effective team leader, let's move into the next aspect of leadership, the actual role of a team leader and what we are expected to provide to our teams. Let's take a look. Let's begin by understanding the role. As supervisors, our role goes far beyond overseeing tasks. We play a central part in influencing performance, guiding behavior, and helping the organization meet its goals. The role of a team leader includes providing direction, instruction, guidance, leadership, and these responsibilities shape the daily experience of the team. Now let's break down each role so that you can fully understand the expectations placed on you. Let's move on to providing direction. Providing direction means setting a clear path for the team. It involves communicating production targets, quality standards, timelines, and operational expectations. Direction gives the team purpose and helps them understand their priorities. Without clear direction, confusion arises, work slows down, and errors increase. When we provide direction confidently and consistently, we create a structure and stability in the workplace. Let's move on to providing instruction. It is important to remember that providing instruction refers to teaching and explaining tasks in a way that team members can understand and follow. Instructions must be clear, simple, and specific. A supervisor must explain what needs to be done, how to do it, when it must be completed, and what standards must be met. Good instruction prevents rework, promotes safety, and ensures production flow remains smooth. Let's move on to providing guidance. Guidance is the ongoing support we give to give team members grow, solve problems, and improve performance. This includes coaching, answering questions, showing correct procedures, and giving corrective feedback when necessary. A supervisor who provides guidance creates a team that feels supported, capable, and confident in their work. Last but not least, we are taking a look at providing leadership. Leadership ties everything together. It means setting an example, making decisions, solving problems, and supporting the team emotionally and professionally. Leadership requires consistency, accountability, and a focus on building a strong, unified team. When leadership is strong, morale improves, productivity increases, and team work more cohesively. Now that we've explored the role of a supervisor, let's move on to one of the most important responsibilities, which is motivating and building your team. Motivation is the energy that drives people to perform their best. As supervisors, we need to understand what inspires our team members and how to maintain high levels of enthusiasm and commitment. Motivated employees show greater effort, take ownership of their work, and contribute more positively to the team atmosphere. Let's move on to rewarding and recognition. Rewarding does not always mean financial rewards. Recognition is one of the strongest motivators. When employees feel seen and appreciated, their confidence and performance increase significantly. Simple recognition, such as thanking someone for work well done, strengthens morale and encourages consistent performance. Recognizing improvements, reliability, and teamwork also supports a positive culture. So now let's talk about encouragement. Encouragement helps team members build self-confidence, especially when learning new tasks or facing challenges. So as a supervisor, our words carry weight. A supportive comment can lift morale and support someone or even allow them to keep trying. Encouragement creates a safe environment where employees feel comfortable asking questions and taking initiative. So we are going to talk about fostering teamwork. Teamwork is essential in production. When team members collaborate, support one another, and communicate openly, productivity increases and mistakes decrease. Supervisors foster teamwork by promoting fairness, encouraging cooperation, and ensuring everyone understands their role within the larger process. A strong team functions smoothly even under pressure. So now let's talk about participating in decisions. Allowing team members to participate in certain decisions can increase ownership and commitment. This does not mean giving away authority, rather it means valuing input from those closest to the work. Participation also helps teams feel respected and trusted, which deepens loyalty and engagement. Last but not least, we are going to talk about leading by example. Leading by example is one of the most powerful forms of motivation, because when employees see you demonstrating professionalism, punctuality, fairness, and strong work ethic, they are more likely to follow. Your behavior sets the standard for the team. So now that we understand how to build a motivated or cohesive team, let's explore how supervisors manage conflict in a fair, constructed, and professional way. Conflict is a natural part of any workplace, especially in fast-paced production environments. The goal of a supervisor is not to eliminate conflict, but to manage it effectively so that it does not affect productivity, morale, or relationships. Understanding the cause of conflict helps us address issues early and prevents escalation. Now let's talk about counseling. Counseling is a supportive approach where the supervisor meets with the employee privately to discuss issues affecting performance or behavior. Counseling helps identifying underlying problems, clarify expectation, and develop solutions. It is a constructive way to address concerns before they become serious. Up next, we will be taking a look at the causes of conflict. Conflicts may arise from several factors, including differences in personalities, misunderstandings, unclear expectations, workload pressure, access to resources, and communication breakdowns. Understanding these causes helps supervisors respond with empathy and fairness. Resource and opportunity access. Conflict often occurs when employees feel that they do not have equal access to opportunities, tools, or support. A fair supervisor ensures that resources are distributed evenly and transparently, preventing tension and promoting trust. Let's move on to traditional sources of conflict. Traditional sources may include personal values, past experiences, competing priorities, or differing expectations. These factors influence how individuals respond to workplace situations. So now we are moving on to value system differences. Each team member brings their own beliefs, values, attitudes into the workplace. When these differ, misunderstandings may occur. Supervisors must recognize these differences and encourage respect for diversity. And now we are going to move on to cultural and traditional practices. Cultural backgrounds may influence communication styles, conflict responses, and expectations. Understanding these differences helps create a respectful environment where all team members feel included. We are now moving on to stereotyping and discrimination. Discrimination, whether based on gender, race, or language, is harmful and unacceptable. Supervisors must act immediately when discrimination occurs. Stereotyping causes mistrust, reduces teamwork, and damages morale. A fair leader recognizes each employee as an individual with unique strengths. Last but not least, we are taking a look at stakeholder analysis. Stakeholder analysis involves identifying everyone involved in or affected by a conflict. This allows the supervisor to understand perspectives, gather relevant information, and make fair decisions. It is a structured approach to resolving workplace issues. Now that we've explored how to manage conflict, let's move into the final part of this module, which is improving work performance through coaching, mentoring, and constructive correction. Let's take a look. Improving work performance is one of the core responsibilities of a supervisor. Our teams rely on us to guide them, support them, and correct them when necessary. Performance improvement is not about punishment. It is about developing skills, building accountability, and achieving operational excellence. Now let's talk about coaching. Coaching is a structured approach helping employees learn or improve a specific skill. It involves observing performance, giving feedback, and guiding the employee through the practice until competence is achieved. Coaching is supportive and focuses on growth and not criticism. Let's take a look at mentoring. Mentoring focuses on long-term development. It involves sharing knowledge, offering advice, and helping employees build confidence. Mentoring prepares employees for future responsibilities and builds a stronger talent pipeline within the organization. Let's move on to affirmation. Affirmation means recognizing and reinforcing positive behavior. When we affirm strengths and progress, employees gain motivation and strive for continuous improvement. Affirmation builds confidence and supports a positive work environment. Participation. Encouraging participation means involving employees in problem solving, decision making, and improvement initiatives. Participation increases engagement and ownership, leading to better performance and innovation. Proper job instructions. Clear job instructions prevent mistakes, confusion, and delays. When someone provides accurate, complete, and understandable instructions, team members perform tasks correctly and confidently. A verbal warning is a formal reminder that behavior or performance does not meet expectations. It is delivered privately and respectfully. The goal is to correct the behavior before more serious action is needed. Let's talk about counseling. Counseling in the context of performance improvement involves discussing obstacles, concerns, or personal issues affecting work. It helps supervisors develop appropriate support plans and direct behavior positively. Now we are going to talk about disciplinary action. When performance does not improve despite coaching and warnings, disciplinary action may be required. The purpose is not punishment, but ensuring workplace standards are met. Disciplinary procedures must always follow company policy and labor laws. And now we're on feedback and communication. Feedback is essential for continuous improvement. Effective feedback is specific, timely, and focused on behavior rather than personality. Supervisors must communicate clearly and respectfully, ensuring employees understand expectations and next steps. Good communication reduces misunderstandings and strengthens the supervisor and employee relationship. Now that we've explored the full spectrum of team leadership, from essential qualities to conflict management and performance improvement, let's bring this all together in a final summary. We have now reached the end of the session. Today we examined the key responsibilities of a team leader in a production environment. We discussed essential leadership qualities such as communication, integrity, organization, and fairness. We explored how supervisors provide direction, instruction, guidance, and leadership. We also looked at how motivation, teamwork, and recognition influence morale and productivity. We examined various causes of conflict and learned structure methods for resolving workplace issues. And finally, we studied methods of improving performance through coaching, mentoring, feedback, and corrective action. Remember, leadership is not a position, it's a daily practice. Your behavior shapes the team's culture, performance, and attitude. When you lead with dignity, clarity, and purpose, your team will follow confidently. Thank you, learners, for your attention and participation in today's session. See you at the next one.